You decide once and for all that you are going to break a bad routine. You throw away the cigarettes, you clear the junk food out of the pantry, and you swear things are going to be different. Yet a few days later, the old behavior returns. When this happens, our first instinct is to blame ourselves. We look at our failure to stick to the plan and assume we simply lack discipline, drive, or a strong character. But that logic relies on a flawed premise. But your subconscious is the automatic executioner. It blindly follows repetitive commands without arguing or analyzing the outcome. This is how your subconscious physically builds a routine. Perform an action once, and a fragile neural thread forms. Repeat it, and more threads bind the nodes tighter. Add intense emotion, and construction accelerates, expanding the connection into a massive neural superhighway. These dense neural networks are why professional athletes can execute incredibly complex movements with zero hesitation. Years of practice build a pathway so thick that the reflex requires zero conscious thought. Once the physical pathway is established, the behavior becomes an automatic biological compulsion. You perform the action before logic ever enters the equation. Researchers confirmed this physical reality by studying the brains of monkeys. In a laboratory setting, they conditioned the animals to repeatedly use one specific finger to complete a task. Tracking physical changes, scientists found the neural area corresponding to that finger expanded by nearly 600%. The brain physically reshaped itself to prioritize that behavior. If you stop abruptly, that massive circuit remains active but empty, creating biological instability. Your subconscious reacts to this vacancy aggressively. It searches for the familiar chemical reward and exerts pressure, forcing the old behavior back to the surface to fill the gap. Breaking a bad habit is biologically unsustainable if you simply try to stop. The brain's physical architecture will actively fight you to maintain its current shape. You cannot hit a delete button on an old neural pathway. If you want to change a behavior, you have to overwrite it. The first step is to consciously link intense, immediate negative consequences with the old action. You have to create enough pain to interrupt the autopilot pattern. Second, you must immediately substitute the old behavior with a new positive action. Swapping the urge to spend with the satisfaction of saving provides the brain with a new pleasure source to fill the neural gap. As you repeat the new substitute behavior with genuine emotional intensity, a brand new neural thread begins to form right next to the old one. Habit change is the systematic engineering of a new route for pleasure, designed to outcompete the old destructive path. The monkey experiment revealed what happens when these pathways are finally starved of repetition. Without use, the pathway experienced atrophy. The massive neural connections shrink to their original size. Simultaneously, feeding the new substitute action causes it to grow. The bright connection expands into a dominant cable, taking over the space. This principle of neuroplasticity governs every daily routine and emotional reaction. We are not prisoners to our past conditioning. By understanding how the nervous system wires itself, you become the master engineer of your own mind. Every daily action is a physical vote for the structure of your future.